Hey everyone, Randy here. Well, the channel reached the point with subscribers where I could apply for monetization through YouTube. But when I did, they said,
No!
There was a couple of reasons, but the main reason was that the content was not uniquely mine. Since I am not the original content creator, and that I have not changed the content enough or voiced over the content, they would not allow me to make money through them by using the partnership program and adding commercials for compensation. So if you enjoy listening to the channel and the old time radio shows that I make available on this channel, please consider donating to help keep the channel going. I've added the above link under each show description to make it easier for you to donate. Thanks very much, and I appreciate you all listening.
Welcome to the scenario universe. What you're about to hear might traumatize or shock. The accounts ahead might seem improbable or inconceivable. It's time to dust off your imagination. All of the images, characters, and surroundings in this tale await your cognitive powers. What you imagine is your vision alone. It is time to entertain your brain.
I'd like to introduce myself. My name's Mallery. I'm a private investigator. I handle those cases that no one else will touch. Although I deal with your standard crimes such as murder, blackmail, murder, kidnapping, stolen goods, and, of course, I specialize in the more bizarre crimes that involve clones, aliens, mind control, identical half-twin brothers and sisters, and of course, murder. It was going to be one of those days, so I signed my organ donor card and left my apartment. There was nothing on my emergency agenda, so I went down to my office to see if there were any messages. No messages, no secretary, no surprise. I picked up the Daily Rag that was lying outside Stan, the accountant's office next door, and took a seat at my desk. Let's see what's going down in everybody else's world. Front page. Murder. In the first pedigree. It seems that the mayor's dog had been put to death by some bored youth. Same old, same old.
Buongiorno, mio sinistro enigmatico.
My stereotypical PI secretary strolled into the office and put her out-of-season fur coat on the back of her chair. I truly am the dark enigma. Enough of the Italian adulazione. You're not sweet-talking your way out of this one. Where have you been?
Doing things.
Ah, Christ, I never should have given you that line to use.
What do you mean?
Things. The universal answer for doing nothing.
What did I miss while I wasn't here?
Things.
Whatever. Do you want some coffee?
Sure. And make it as strong as a bucking mule.
No, Britt, do we have another hangover? Or are we just in a generally bad mood?
A little bit of both. Last night, Buddy One-Eyes told me that Vic Steed's coming back into town. Last time I saw him, he was running like a Jim Neighbors song, low, slow, and ugly. I could never understand why he did that.
What, ran?
No, ran like that, low, slow, and...
I get your point, but sorry, darling, I'm in the dark here. Would you like to fill me in?
Maybe later. Now I'll just finish the story. It all happened one rainy night back about 3.5, 4 years ago. Vic ran into some trouble and needed some backup. We found ourselves investigating this new gang on the Lower East Side. At least that's what Vic told me.
Why is it always the Lower East Side, not some other place?
You must know. It's because in the old days, the powers that be told all the bad guys to hang out there.
Bullshit.
Anyway, we were checking out this place when all of a sudden we were surrounded by this pack of wild dogs. Their guns were pointing right at us.
I've never seen a dog with a gun.
As we were looking down cold steel, I reached inside my trench coat pocket for my extra dense smog bomb, threw it up in the air, and this cloud fell upon the area like a frightened squid. I yelled, "Run, Vic, run!" And as we started to run, we bashed into each other. We got up and then ran in opposite directions. The last thing I saw of Vic was his red jacket with Lone Wolf on the back.
Why would he have Lone Wolf on the back of his jacket?
No, because his idol was Lenny from that TV show.
Oh, yeah, I know. Laverne and Shirley. This guy sounds like a real chooch.
You're not far off. But we go way back. We used to hunt vegetarians. When it was legal, of course. Well, maybe a couple of times we poached them, but we never, and I mean never, made them eat meat to fatten them up. Free-range vegetarians all the way is what we used to say.
Rick, would you shut up? You're making me sick.
All right, girl. I thought you were tougher than that.
So, when's he coming to town?
I don't know. Next couple of days, I guess.
What are you going to do?
I don't know. I took some acting classes in high school. I might try acting for a while.
I meant when Vic comes into town.
Well, I gave up hunting. Bad reputation these days, so that's out of the question. Maybe we'll get the partnership back together.
No. I'm not working for two PIs on the same salary.
Well, it's not worth thinking about until he comes around.
Yeah, like a drunken ex-boyfriend on a Saturday night.
My secretary left the room to do some paperwork, so I called up Brian Dreyer. He left PI school to join the police racket. Well, to tell you the truth, he got booted out of PI school for dancing the jig-a-jigs when only one jig was allowed, and that one was up. You see, Brian was caught dancing on the headmaster's desk with the headmaster's wife, and, well, let's just say the headmaster's wife had the same title as her husband, homonymically speaking, of course.
Dreyer here.
Brian, how the hell's it going?
Well, Brick Mallery on the other end of the line. What the hell's new with you?
Some things never change, they just dry up and go hard.
Always the guy with the lines.
You know I majored in PI lines in school.
That I do, so what can I do for you?
Well, Vic Steed's coming back into town.
That son of a bitch?
Yeah. Anyway, if you hear anything, give me a call, would you?
Sure, no problem.
Thanks. How about I meet you at the Spider Goulash Bar for drinks tonight? Around 7-ish?
Sure, see you there.
Nothing was cooking, so I told my secretary to do whatever she does, which is usually her nails, and I went to get some lunch. I'll be back later.
Good for you.
I left my office building and headed to the Spider Goulash Bar to meet my old friend and confidant, Buddy One Eyes. They call him that because he can keep one eye on the pulse of the city and the other eye on his drink. The old Spider Goulash. 2 steps up on the suave scale, 4 steps down off of the sidewalk. It's one classy joint, complete with one-way glass so that patrons can look outside, but no one can see in from the street. Scarlet-colored carpet to mask the bloodstains. The longest bar in the city and the musty scent of too many years of tobacco and whiskey. It's home to most of the PI stiffs in town as well as other assorted dubious characters. It's like home to Buddy. If you ever need information, advice, a favor, or a place to lay low, Buddy's your man. As I continued to walk briskly down the street toward my destination, I ducked into an alleyway, down to the next block, crossed the street, careful of both ways, of course. I guess I should have looked better.
Hey, pal, are you slightly dim or something?
I'll take something for 100, Alex.
Don't you realize that cars hit people and the people get hurt? Not the other way around,
What?
jerk.
Get out of my face before I turn you upside down and kick the crap out of you with your own feet.
What?
Do you know why I have my initials backwards on my boot tips?
Why?
So when I kick someone in the head and they look in the mirror the next day, they'll know who did it. Now get out of my way. I'm in a hurry. I ran off before the guy could say another word. Remember, if you can't dazzle him with brilliance, baffle him with bullshit. I hustled across the street, down another alley, over a couple of rooftops, shinnied down a drain spout, rounded the corner, and arrived at the bar. In real time, it would have been a 2-minute walk just down the block. But when you're a PI, you gotta be careful not to be shadowed.
Hey, Brick, over here.
After getting the usual reception, Spider Goulash style, I made my way over to Buddy, who was sitting at the bar.
Hey, buddy, what's the scoop?
Well, Brick, under your hangover already or just trying not to have one?
Buddy, things never change for you, do they? I mean, you sit here all day, drink for free, bullshit, and do nothing. What the hell is the deal with you?
Brick, how long you been coming into this bar? 15, 20 years? I've known you that long, haven't I? I knew you when you couldn't even solve a case of the crabs. Why do you think I sit here every day? Why do you think I know all the information that I do when you P.I. schmucks come in here with no leads? Brick, have you been listening to me?
Yeah, 15, 20 years. Long time, buddy, long time. We're talking about having the crabs or something.
I own a bar, you idiot. Jesus H. Christ.
Well, for a long-time customer like myself, I think I deserve a free beer.
Bartender, give this tree knot a beer. He needs to replenish some of his brain fluids.
Buddy, me and my brain thank you, and we know you can really hack it.
Oh, if I hear that joke one more time, Buddy Hackett's a friend of
You
mine.
might want to find some new friends.
That's it. You're out of here.
See you around 7, buddy. I'm meeting Dryer here.
I'll see you then, Brick. Yeah, pinhead.
Other than the Spider Goulash, I also frequent this greasy little joint round the corner, Max's Billiards and Coffee Shop. At this point, I needed a cup of coffee and a chicken salad club sandwich. I knew that anything in this joint had to be fresh. And chicken never hurt anybody, except for this one case in 1872 that I read about, the Sam and Ella case. There were a couple of twins who were mauled to death by a rabid rooster, but before the plucked punks were poked, this rooster mated with a number of eligible chickens. But I digress. I walked into Max's.
Brick, what's new?
Things.
That bad, huh?
You wouldn't believe it if I told you.
Vito! Mannaggia miseria, I don't know what I'm gonna do with my sister's a boy.
Sorry, Uncle Max.
You'd think he was drunk out his mind at the ooze on a Greek wedding with all of the dishy Brick. So you wanted the usual Brick?
Sure.
Vito, 1 chicken salad club sandwich, and this time don't forget the chicken. Who's the good chicken? This is for Brick.
All right, Uncle Max.
Hey, Brick, I'm working on the new sandwich. It's bellissimo. He's got a capiculo. He's got the nice sweet Genoa, the nice hot Genoa. He's got a roasted red peppers right from the plant, and the nice spicy sauté mushroom. I'm working on the magical sauce. And the bread, it's a fresh too. The nice panino.
Well, if you ever come up with the right combo of stuff, I'll give it a taste.
Here's the sandwich, Uncle Max.
Here you go, Brick.
Thanks, Max. Ciao.
Vito, you break plates one more time, I'm going.
Yeah, Max has been in the neighborhood for life less a day. For years, he's been talking about that sandwich. Even during poker nights with his gun of schnook Goomba associates, all he talks about is his dream sandwich.
Brick, you're finally back. Where the hell have you been?
Doing things.
Things, eh? Well, smartass, there was a call for you.
Is that right? Damn cartilage.
He said he'd be over soon with his associate to discuss business. I suggest you straighten things up and make this dump look presentable.
Did you catch his name?
Nope.
No kidding. Well, when he and his associate get here, send him into my office.
This is the place.
Okay, let's go. Get some change for the parking meter?
Yeah, here. Now, why the hell don't they have elevators in these old buildings?
Well, they weren't invented yet.
I hate walking up so many steps. I don't want to get any pit juice stains on my new suit.
Lucky thing your tailor taught you how to put in castanets on your epaulets.
Yeah, he told me I would have been gilding a lily and I would have stood out like a hermaphrodite at an orgy.
I saw one of those people once.
At an orgy?
Nah, in a book.
I had one of them once.
What, an orgy?
Nah, a book.
Yeah? What was it about?
How to look your best for any occasion.
Well, seems like it really stuck with you.
Yeah, I got what they call a pornographic memory.
I heard Pally Boy was up to his old tricks.
That guy, man, he's a shot short of vermouth and a Martunis.
But he always gets the job done.
Too bad about his name, though. I heard that's why he can never get no regular ties to any organization. One week it's the FBI, the next week it's CSIS, the next is the Postal Service, KGB, the government, or the mob. That guy's washing everybody's clothes.
Yeah, but he's the only one who could give us this Brick Mallery's name so that we could find out about Vic Steed and when he's actually coming back into town.
What the hell happened to Vic anyway?
He disappeared a few years ago. Last I heard, he started some beatnik cult in the desert somewhere. But he eventually had to leave.
Yeah? Why?
I heard that after a while he started to hear snapping fingers and bongos when no one else was around.
I've never heard of a cult leader leaving his own organization. Usually they just snap.
So, what time they say they'd be here?
I don't know, Brick. He called about, half an hour ago. So I assume they'll be here soon. Sounded like he really means business.
Good news is like hard cash. It's nice when you have it, and you know it won't last long. I sat down at my desk and poured myself a stiff one.
Man, you'd think they'd put an escalator in this joint or something.
Yeah, you know what? I like those moving sidewalks.
Yeah, me too, but I always feel that if you walk on the moving sidewalks, you're actually moving faster in time.
Really? I never thought of it in those terms, but I guess that's why you got the pornographic mind.
How much further is it?
It's on this floor. Get your gun ready. You can never tell what's going to happen when Pally Boy gives you the information.
Oh, what floor are we on?
Third.
They must have high ceilings in this joint.
Can I help you guys?
That depends. What are you doing Friday night, baby?
Nothing.
Lucky for you, there's something good on TV.
I'm sure you'd know.
You Brick Mallery?
That depends who's asking. You or your shiny steel friend.
Sorry I wore such a loud suit.
I gotta put on my shades.
They said you was funny, Mallery, a real chameleon. But they also said you're the best.
It depends who you've been talking to, Pally Boy.
That's right. Pally Boy McCoy.
Yeah, Pally Boy. I never trusted him. My rule, never trust someone whose nickname rhymes with his real one. That son of a bitch comes out of the woodwork when you least expect it. You never know what the deal is with that guy. If I come with such high regards, I hope I can do something for you, gentlemen. Please, have a seat.
I've noticed how your office chairs are arranged so that your clients sit in the light of the windows, while your chair is in the dimness against the wall. It gives you an air of aloofness and authority.
Why, thank you. It was the second thing the headmaster taught me at PI school. So what can I do for you?
Well, Brick, I can call you Brick, can't I?
I believe you already have.
You're smart as well as direct.
What's your point, Mr...
Please excuse me. My name is Mr. Gambit, and this here's my associate, Mr. Russell.
As in, Nipsey?
What's so funny?
You know, the guy... Is it cold in here? Hey, you're in charge, Nips. I mean, Mr. Russell... No, Mr. Gambit, please, continue.
Thank you, Brick. We've been looking for a man who's been out of town for approximately 4 years. His life is in danger.
Excuse me, well, would you mind putting your guns away now?
Oh, of course. Oh, what's that?
What's what?
Oh, sorry. Where were we? What were we talking about? Oh, yeah. This man we're looking for, his name is... What the hell's going on?
Mental note. Never change the position of my desk or chair. I stood up, bolted over to my office window, only to see 2 miniature radio-controlled helicopters zooming away into the distance. All I could make out before they were out of sight was the name Lorinda written on the side of each of them. Not only did these 2 evil machines kill my new bottle of whiskey and 2 potential customers, they also broke many air and zoning laws. Bastards. I walked over to see if my secretary was hit. She was doing her toenails, oblivious to the carnage in my office. How's the weather in your little world?
Well, what happened in there?
Just call Brian Dreyer. 2 dead bodies and 1 dead soldier.
Would you like a new bottle now or after the call?
After will be fine. I started to rummage through the dead guy's pockets. They were going to take up a lot of my time, and the cleaning bill would be out of control. I had to make it quick before Brian Dreyer showed up. All I could find was a couple of loose 20s and some change. My secretary came in and made some remark about never being able to find that perfect shade of red for her fingernails, a shade like the fresh blood stains on the carpet. Brian arrived shortly afterward with a few other cops who were asking one hell of a lot of questions I didn't know a hell of a lot of answers to. Brian, these 2 dead cats were looking for a guy who's coming into town. Apparently this individual has not been around for 3.5, 4 years. That's all I know.
Man, those are some loud duds. Who's the dead guy in the denim-cut shiny stainless steel mirrored suit? And, how much cash did he have in his pockets?
What are you talking about?
Rick.
Who's gonna pay for the carpet cleaning, Brian? Come on.
Listen, I don't care about that. The boys and I just want a little bit of the action.
Why don't you just take his jewelry?
Hey, you guys, Stranton, Spriggs, get over here. Call the morgue and get these bodies out of here. I want the fat one's pinky ring. You got that?
Whatever you say, Dreyer. Private dick lover.
Excuse me, Spriggs, what'd you say?
Nothing.
All of the police and city crime reporters left a few hours later. I called Midnight Maid, the local maid service, and some cheap window repair people, and they were over in a flash. The maids arrived first because they had cop radios in their cars. Now that's service with a morbid, evil, money-grubbing smile, but I can deal with that. One of the maids, this tall brute who looked like she needed a shave, kept hanging around and smoking butts. She wasn't doing much work, but kept winking at me. As the maids were leaving, she came over and said,
"I'll see you later."
Yeah, much. They did an adequate job with the carpet and left me with strict instructions not to step on it for 3 hours, as if that's going to happen. My secretary was putting on her rat skin coat and getting ready to leave for the day.
See you tomorrow, Brick. I must admit, this has been one of the most exciting days we've seen in quite a while.
More action than a whore on a Saturday night.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm going down to the bar. You want to join me?
No thanks, Brick. Remember what happened last time?
Wasn't all that bad, was it? The last time we went out for drinks?
I'm sorry, Brick, but when you tried to sell me to white slavers so you could buy a new Cadillac, that wasn't what I call a good time.
But I was going to buy you back at the auction.
Good night, Brick.
I stayed in the office after she left to work on a couple things. I went to my desk and found a note. I picked it up and opened it. Inside it read, "Meet me at the Golden Kreplach. Come alone. I will be sitting by myself at a table with some nice soup, a beautiful corned beef sandwich, a side order of pickles, and a cream soda. Be there at 7 sharp." I called Brian to say I would be late and not to leave till I got there within reason. I hung up the phone and went directly to the restaurant. I got there a little early, and it was a lucky thing I did because everyone was eating the same thing. I went from booth to booth to find out who would send me that note. I didn't think people were too happy with me given the amount of pickle juice accidentally spilt on my shoes. Brine Boy could very well be my next nickname.
Brick, over here, you idiot.
What's with the craziness?
Listen, Brick, time is short. Here, take half my sandwich so you don't look suspicious. Now, I know you want to ask a lot of questions, and that'll come in time. But now I need you to listen to me very carefully.
This is a great sandwich. Can I have your pickle?
Would you listen? I'm the one that placed that note in your desk. I posed as one of the maids.
Really? You did a very convincing job of it.
Yeah, thanks, but, Brick, there are more important things I have to tell you.
Well, spit it out, my man.
You're just as aggravating as usual. Here's the story. When we saw each other last time, I had to take off so that the heat would follow me.
Vic! Is that you?
Who the hell did you think you were with, idiot? Don't you remember what I looked like? Can't you put 2 and 2 together?
Well, first off, I was enjoying my sandwich. Secondly, if you're really Vic, you would know math was never my strong suit.
Brick, are you done squawking?
Please, continue.
Would you just shut up and let me tell you the scoop?
You've got the floor.
Well, that would usually be my position after a few drinks.
You wanted to talk, so talk.
When we were surrounded like a couple of eggs in a meatloaf that night 3.5, 4 years ago, and we almost had our asses served to us on a silver platter, I didn't tell you I was working on the side for this guy. I don't remember his name, some Captain Naval Cat, Ahab or something or other. Anyway, when things went sour, you threw down one of your smoke bombs. I just took off because I didn't want to explain the whole scene to you. For that, I'm sorry. Brick, are you listening to me?
Huh?
I spill my guts to you and you aren't even listening to me?
Oh, I was listening to you. It's just that I don't feel so bad about embezzling a ton of money from you. How do you think I've kept afloat these years? Boy, if I didn't do that, I'd be in serious trouble right now, I'll tell you that. You wouldn't believe it. Holy mackerel.
Rick, what I have to tell you is more important than that. It seems that the guy who set us up for the old double cross that night found out that I'm back in town. This guy's gonna want me dead. And because you were there, he's gonna want you dead as well.
Hello everyone, and thank you for watching my channel. If you like what I'm doing here, please consider subscribing, liking, and commenting. It would really help the channel out quite a bit. Thank you very much.